Have you ever wondered why some people climb so fast in life while others, despite working day and night, feel stuck? You see someone on your feta, young person not much older than you, leading teams across continents, traveling for work, building successful projects, and growing every single day. And you think they must have been lucky, or they had better schools, better contacts, better chances. But what if I told you that most of them started exactly like you? Ordinary home, ordinary schools, ordinary resources. Yet one invisible skill set them apart. One secret ingredient changed their lives. That ingredient is English. Not the English we learn for tests writing, my favorite hobby, or memorizing vocabulary. No, something deeper, fluent, confident, professional English. The kind that lets you connect with people all over the world, not just in your classroom. The kind that opens real doors to real success. Today, English is more than a language. It's a bridge. It's the code on which global opportunity runs. If you want to work for international companies, build a brand that crosses borders, pitch ideas on big stages, or simply share your voice with the world, you cannot skip this. It's essential. Let me bring you into one person's journey that shows how missing this one skill can hold back even the brightest minds, and how building it step by step can create an entirely new future. This is Aryan's story. From the time he was very small, Aryan saw the world differently. While his friends built forts with pillows, he built business plans in his notebook. While they played games, he watched YouTube videos on startups, marketing strategies, and global brands. His teachers said, "Aryan, you're always thinking bigger." In college, he started small project. She helped a local cafe create its first website, ran a tiny social media campaign for a friend's event, and learned basic coding so he could tweak the design. He didn't go to a top university. His family wasn't well connected. He had to hustle for every opportunity. But he had one clear goal: to work in a global company where his ideas could reach millions. He pictured himself walking into a modern glass office, greeting colleagues from different countries, leading digital campaigns that made headlines. He wasn't after a nice paycheck. He was after purpose and impact. After graduation, Aryan threw himself into applications. He wrote crisp resumes, crafted passionate cover letters, and practiced video interviews in front of the mirror. He applied to startups in Bangalore, to corporates in Mumbai, and even to companies in Singapore and Australia. The first rejection felt like a pinprick. The fifth felt like a blow. By the 10th, he began to question everything. His friends celebrated little wins at local jobs. He couldn't celebrate because he felt stuck. Companies gave kind feedback. Good technical skills, but communication needs work. Solid strategy ideas, but we need someone who can present with more confidence. Your English is okay for everyday chat, but not for high-pressure global meetings. Aryan felt that deeply. He remembered one late-night call with a recruiter. "Aryan, you have the ideas. We like your passion, but in a live campaign launch to partners in Japan and Germany, you need to think and speak instantly in English. We need someone who can keep pace." He nodded along on the call, but inside, he felt that sting. He realized he knew his craft, but he could not express it the way the world demanded. He spent weeks staring at his notes, color-coded strategy frameworks, annotated articles, and interview transcripts. None of it mattered if he couldn't convey his ideas at the moment they were needed. That night, alone in his small room, he made a choice. First, to stop making excuses. "I'm not good enough with English." Second, to make a plan. He decided to live in English, 24, 7. Like moving to an English-speaking country without leaving home. He set up his world in English. Phone, social media, news feeds, everything. He created a routine. Morning reading. Each day, he spent 20 minutes reading a global business news article and summarizing it aloud in English. Daily journal. He wrote a short diary entry every night, 5 sentences about what he learned, a problem he solved, and 1 new word he used. Speaking practice. He joined 3 online speaking clubs. At first, he stumbled. He paused. He searched for words, but he stuck with it. Conversation partners. He found language buddies in Japan, Brazil, and South Africa. Twice a week, they'd jump on a call, not to correct his mistakes, but to have real conversations about culture, tech, life. Shadowing exercises. He watched TED Talks and business panels, muted the speaker, and tried to imitate their tone, speed, and phrasing. Day by day, his grammar became second nature. His vocabulary expanded. Most importantly, his mind began to think in English, not translate in his head. He tracked progress carefully. He recorded his voice every morning on his phone, reading a random news paragraph. At first, he sounded nervous and slow. After 3 months, his speech felt smoother, more natural. After 6 months, he hardly recognized his old recordings. Months passed. His confidence grew. He no longer dreaded job interviews. She treated them like conversations. He didn't fear complex questions. He welcomed them. Nearly a year after that painful rejection, he saw World Bridge Corp had a new position, Regional Digital Strategy Manager. He felt a surge of nerves and excitement. He applied. The online assessments covered market analysis and creative strategy. He breezed through. Interviews with HR and the marketing team were friendly, even fun. They laughed at his examples, nodded at his insights. He felt he belonged in their world. Then came the final call, the same vice president who had tested him before. The VP leaned forward on the video screen and asked, "Aryan, our data shows user engagement dipped in the Middle East last quarter. How would you address this in a cross-cultural campaign, and how would you report progress daily to our global stakeholders?" He smiled. He thought for a heartbeat and then spoke. "First, I'd conduct rapid local research to understand cultural preferences, using both quantitative data and qualitative interviews. Next, I'd craft a campaign that blends universal brand elements with region-specific visuals and messaging. For daily reporting, I'd set up a concise dashboard highlighting key metrics, at-a-glance click-through rates, sentiment analysis, and feedback from our local partners, then present those insights in a 5-minute stand-up video each morning, ensuring everyone from Dubai to Dublin stays aligned." His words flowed. Precise, clear, professional. He answered follow-up questions with real examples of his practice runs. He asked smart questions about their existing tools and offered suggestions. The VP leaned back and smiled. 3 days later, an email arrived. "Aryan, we are thrilled to have you join World Bridge Corp as Regional Digital Strategy Manager." I did it. Today, Aryan leads campaigns that run in 10 countries. He collaborates with creative teams in Seoul, data analysts in Toronto, and clients in London. He speaks at webinars, mentors, junior marketers, and even coaches others on how to nail international interviews. When he steps into camera view, he speaks with ease, authority, and authenticity. He's not just using English, he's operating in English thinking, dreaming, innovating in that language. He still remembers those nights he sat awake, doubting himself. He still hears the echo of that not fast enough, not strong enough feedback. But now he's proof that a simple, determined plan can rewrite your path. And here's what Aryan wants you to know. You don't need a foreign passport. You don't need an elite degree. You don't need to be a genius. You need one choice. One consistent commitment to build fluent, confident English. Start with small steps. Read aloud for 5 minutes every morning. Write one paragraph in English each night about your day. Speak to someone new in English at least once a week. Watch one international interview, shadow one sentence, and practice until it feels natural. Do this every day. Be patient. Track your progress. Celebrate the small wins: your first smooth sentence, your first reaction without translation, your first confident interview answer. Because every big success begins with tiny habits. Every global conversation begins with one clear word. When you choose to master English, you choose to unlock the secret path that leads to bigger jobs, wider networks, and a future you truly want. And just like Aryan, you'll realize the world is ready for your ideas. It just needs you to speak its language. Now go, make your choice. Speak English not for the classroom, but for the world. Your secret path awaits.